baby. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, welcome back to another Tuesday here at the Round the Corner, man. We got a great show here in store for these guys, man. Look, I know that for the last few weeks we've been bringing in high school teams. Maybe took a break from that. Man, we're going to be doing a lot of 7-on-7. Man, we had a great weekend this past weekend out there in Houston, Texas at the Pylon tournament. Man, we're going to be talking some 7-on-7. I got one of my fellow alumnus that's going to be joining us today, Tory Carter. Man, he's in the building. He's in the Round the Corner. Man, we got my main man, Korey Miller. He's in the Round the Corner here tonight. Man, we got a great show, Andy. And it's on fire here tonight, man.
Man, you talk about on fire. I mean, everything we're doing is on fire right now. We got the magazine fixing to come out again. So let's go ahead and talk about that real fast.
Yeah, man, got the magazine, man. We just stretched this thing out a little bit, man.
We did. It's in 13 states this month. We got 44 guys across 13 states from Ohio, California, Arkansas, Texas. I got the list right here. Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Colorado, Kentucky, Utah, Missouri, Mississippi, Washington, and Indiana.
Man, that's big, man. That's big. I mean, hey, now that we've stretched out and we've been able to, highlight, guys and get, data in. A lot of people sending us different information, sending us different things in on different kids. We're able to evaluate film on. I know we've been doing it in Louisiana here, and you've been doing it just for. Forever now. Now that we've, taken this thing here across the nation, man, it's really giving us a chance to see not only our kids, but, kids that's out there that our kids are going to compete against, like we've seen at the 7-on-7. So, man, I mean, it's only right that now we're seeing these kids all over and we're seeing them out here on the road that we take this thing to another level.
You're right, because we see these kids every single week. This week we were in Houston. Another week ago. 2 weeks ago, Dallas. This weekend we're going to be in New Orleans. New Orleans this week we have teams from California, Florida, Ohio, all over the country coming in to New Orleans this weekend for the 7-on-7. So we might as well open this thing up. We've been helping. I think we've put 3,500 kids, helped them get into college in the last 4 or 5 years. So I think it's about time to open it up. I've got kids calling me from all over the country. Hey, coach, can you help me out? Can you get me the exposure I need to go to college? Sure, man. No big deal. It's easy. So. We've been doing this for years now. It's time to open this thing up, get these other kids out across the state. Open. California hasn't played football in 2 years. So those guys, they're excited about coming into the magazine. Mm-hmm. The guys up in Illinois, they haven't played football. They didn't play football this last year. They're excited. Guys in Virginia, they're excited. Yeah. The guys in Florida, even those guys are showing a lot of interest in coming into the magazine because it's that much more exposure,
correct.
For what we're doing. And then I talked to a lot of college coaches, and my buddies over at Georgia and Baylor and all those guys. They're telling me, Andy, this is great because now it's not just Louisiana guys. This magazine's become more exclusive.
Correct.
You're not going to get just a Joe Schmuckatelli in the magazine. So I was like, you're right, Coach. And I started thinking about it. It's like, how can we make this a little bit more exclusive?
You got to know that with the platform that we have, and we talk about the database of coaches all over the country that you have. We know that Louisiana guys not going to always go across the country to all those schools anyway. Right. So if you want a better, service, people and being able to, the relationship they have with the coaches, they want to know, do you have any guys that are willing to come to us? So that just kind of opens that floodgate up. They, like you said, they calling already saying, okay, glad to see that you guys have other guys that maybe, some of those Louisiana guys wasn't, looking to call so far. You got other guys that you are highlighting that we can, call and still be able to get some of those guys that may be interested in coming to us.
Right, and it just helps out the whole process even more, because when you start saying, this kid from this state, this kid from this state, well, what about this kid from over here? What about this kid over here? So that now, in order to be put in a magazine, you got to have a 2.8 GPA.
Okay.
There's no more 2.0 GPAs in a magazine. I kind of made that decision this last week because it's not helping nobody. You're not helping yourself. You got 2.0 GPA and a 13 ACT score.
Correct.
You're not going to college.
Right. Our focus needs to be somewhere else now.
Right. Your focus needs to be on getting your grades up. So, coaches, if you want your kid in a magazine, they got to have a 2.8 and a 21 GPA or 21 ACT minimum. Because that's what required to go play college football. Anything less, Division I football, anything less than 2.5, you cannot start your freshman year. You got to be redshirted or gray-shirted your freshman year. So, what's the point?
We're holding out on it, man.
Right,
so, man. Yep. So we talking about some football, man. We had some good football this weekend here.
We did.
In Louisiana. Maybe we had some great schools going on, but maybe we can start off with McNeese State.
That's right. We have McNeese State here. McNeese State won. You actually stole my paperwork over
My bad, man. I was looking at it.
I went through and watched all these games this week,
I got you.
and I'm sitting there trying to remember them all. So McNeese State won this week. They lost to Incarnate Word 48-20. Our boy Cody Ogeron had a big night. He had, even though they lost, he had 202 yards passing and 72 yards rushing and a touchdown.
Right.
This is the second week in a row he's actually been the leading passer and leading rusher. So we expect to be leading passer. But
right.
Leading rusher.
Rushing. So we definitely got to find some things. And as you see, we lost 48-20 there, but we got to find some things to kind of get that offense to be a little bit more versatile, so we can use some of those backs a little bit more. Like we're saying, I know that we got a great quarterback there as well. We do want them to last. We do know they got to play, not just in the spring. They got to play in the fall. So we really might not want them to do so much running. But we do want to still be effective, so we got to get some other people involved, and we got to stop people from scoring. Man, if you're giving up 48 points there, it's going to be hard to beat anybody.
Well, they're now 1-1, and they're going to take on Southeastern this weekend. That's always a bloody matchup. I love going to that game. Southeastern versus McNeese. That's a big rivalry game.
Right,
that's a big rivalry game this weekend. That's going to be at 6 p.m. and that's going to be at Southeastern. So it's going to be a good game. So check out Southeastern versus McNeese, 6 p.m.
In-state rivalry is big, man.
Oh yeah, the next game we're going to talk about is another big one too.
Yep, another big one.
You got Nicholls State. They won against Lamar 55-0.
Big win, another big win, man.
They put the O on Lamar.
They put the O, man. They are putting up some points, and their defense is playing excellent in these first two games, man.
Now, you want to hear something funny about Lamar? Let's talk about Lamar real quick. Lamar, Sam Houston, Stephen F. Austin, Central Arkansas. All those teams going FBS next year.
Okay. I didn't know that.
So you got Nicholls just put 55-0 up on a team that's going to be FBS in the fall.
Correct, man. And they did it last week, and they did it again here, like you said, against another FBS school, man. Lindsey Scott.
I fixed to say I know
I got to talk about it, man. Man, he went 3 for 3. I'm going to take 3 for 3. 3 in the air, 3 on the ground, man, running it and throwing it. He's
6 total touchdowns.
6 total touchdowns. I said it every time I speak about him that, those are just things I see week in and week out, no matter where he is, no matter what level I've seen him play on.
This is, again, another quarterback that actually led the team not only in passing but in rushing as well. And this is the second week for him to do that as well.
Correct.
So he's leading the team in rushing as well as Cody Ogeron of McNeese. Both those guys, both quarterbacks leading teams in rushing.
Yeah, man. So
let me ask you. You played that position.
A test is for the new offense out there with the spread offense where you got to get guys spread out, and if your guys spread out, it's five down linemen, 4 down linemen, and one linebacker. That I got to take those odds. I got to take those odds all day. So you got to be able to run, get guys to come in the box so you can open up your passing.
Well, we are going to talk to Tory Carter in a second. The LSU fullback, running back.
Correct.
We're going to talk to him. I'm going to ask him his opinion about quarterbacks taking his reps away from him.
Yes,
so
indeed.
So it's moving forward. You got Southeastern. Like we said, Southeastern takes on McNeese. They got Southeastern will host McNeese March 6th. Northwestern State, they did not play last week. They'll be playing Nicholls this weekend. They will host Nicholls up at Natchitoches at March 6th on 6 p.m. Grambling did not play last weekend. They will play Jackson State, which that's going to be a big game this weekend.
Big game.
The G-Men versus the prime time.
A lot of people is looking to see that game, man. Even though I know what Dion's doing over there at Jackson State, got a lot of hype.
Those players don't get there till the fall.
Yeah, but he got a lot of hype around. He got a lot of hype over there, and he's still setting the tone real high. But Grambling been a machine.
Yeah.
So you still gonna have to go in at it. They're not gonna be listening to all the hype. They've been historically good. They've been one of the.
Well, you heard what Broderick Fobbs said to him, the head coach at Southern, right? We got players too, man.
Yeah,
we got players too.
Yeah, man. Everybody got players. You still gotta go out there and play the game.
You still gotta play that.
You can't talk this game still. You still gotta go out there and play it. And when the game starts, it's always 0-0.
Right.
So, man, but that'll be a big one. That'll be big.
That's going to be March 6th at 12 p.m. Mm-hmm. That's going to be at Grambling. So be watching that game. Southern won this last week against Alabama State, 24-21. Go ahead and talk about your quarterback, Coach.
Man, talk about little Darius Skelton, man. He came in. He did a real good job. Again, another one of those guys that led his team in passing and in rushing. He passed for 10 for 22, 135 yards, 1 touchdown, and ran for 10 times for 72 yards and 1 score. So another guy on his team doing it, not only in the air but on the ground as well, and lead them to a victory. I know we started off slow there at the game. Kind of started off. I think we kind of got that pick six first. Defense kind of got that thing going and rallied. Then we finally got the thing up and rolling and got the W. One thing I can say, we kind of looked a little rusty. You could tell COVID was there. We didn't play in the fall, but these are the things that you got a chance to work on in the spring. That's why I say this spring really is kind of big if you look at it in the right sense. That you're getting a chance to work a lot of kinks out and get ready for the fall.
You bring up a great point there. This spring is going to be very interesting come this fall, because a lot of these FCS schools are getting a lot of extra reps against other jerseys.
Correct.
And it's during spring football.
Correct.
When typically they'd be facing the same jersey every single week, the same amount of time. Mm-hmm. Going into the fall, these guys have no excuses about
not being ready.
Right. So come fall time, all these big FBS programs, they always play these FCS programs, and they're usually favored by at least 10, 15, 20 points every single week.
And I would not be in the year. And it's always early in the year.
Right. So you've got FCS teams right now going against other jerseys right now in the springtime, getting out extra working, getting those playbooks in there. They're going to have everything ready. And then you have a little bit of time off for summer, but then you go back in the fall. You back at it again in August, and it comes September. That's when we're going to play these FBS programs. How many of these FCS teams are going to knock off these FBS programs?
I know they'll be ready. I know that for sure. They're going to have the reps, like you say. Everybody's going to go through spring anyway, but how many people going through spring right now where they're getting the reps at full speed? You get live reps week in and week out. So, and that just carries over to the fall. I think, in my mind, that would be a advantage almost. I know some people looking at it, well, we'll be a little banged up, but
I don't know.
At the end of the day, you still got those, 2-3 months that's right in between that. So
you still got those freshmen that can walk in there.
They can walk in there ready to go too as well.
That's going to go in there and say, hey, are you banged up or are you ready to go?
That's correct.
So, the next man up mentality.
Right.
So you remember back at, I can't remember the year, I think it's 2005, 2006, number 4 Michigan takes on Appalachian State.
Yep.
Appalachian State walks in there and they beat them.
Yep.
Every year you got another FCS program walks in there and beats an FBS program. We had LSU lose. I can't remember what year it was. It's I think it's 2004, 2005. They lost an FCS program. I can't remember exactly which year. Don't hold me to it.
Right.
But LSU lost. You got the big programs every year lose to an FCS. This next year, these guys are they're gonna have to up their game this spring. Because those freshmen walk in there, you can't go in there and say I'm tired, I'm fatigued, I just got done with the season, 4 months ago and be ready to go again. You got to go in there, you got to get better, bigger, faster, stronger, and then you've already had 4 weeks to learn this new playbook, because coaching changes were done back in December. Mm-hmm. They ain't done now.
Right.
So those coaches are going to be there for the fall as well.
Yep. So I just think, like I just keep saying, I think it's going to be a good thing for those schools to being able to have these reps. Because everybody doing spring anyway, right now. So better have these reps.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same. That's why I say it's going to be beneficial to them to being able to carry over to the fall.
And the other thing I like about the spring football for this FCS teams is that they're getting all the money right now. ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3,
yep.
They're hot. They're playing these games. Mm-hmm. They're not competing against LSU's, the Alabamas, and the Michigans, and the Ohio States. They're competing against themselves right now.
They're getting all the TV money.
Right.
So they got it all for themselves, man. So even when you talk about it from that aspect, that they're winning. I'm just going to be looking forward to catching a lot of these games. There's going to be a lot of good matchups, and the people that got a chance, for the kids obviously too as well, that had to miss out this fall, they're getting a chance to get it in right now.
Well, I want to talk. Let's talk some small football real quick. I say small. My boys up at Louisiana College, they pulled off a big win this weekend.
Okay.
They beat East Texas Baptist 23-17. It's a big win because the last time they beat them was in 2014.
Okay.
So it's been a while since they won.
That's that tight battle right there.
Right. It's a border clause. So they're excited about this. And another thing they're excited about is Drew Maddox's first win as a head coach for Louisiana College. He got brought in as a head coach back in January. I think January, February last year, and then all of a sudden now they missed out their for COVID. They missed out for the COVID year, and now they're back in there playing right now. With their first game, they beat big time rival game. They're going to play this five game season and go into the playoffs. So right now they're 1-0.
They look good.
That looks really good for a brand new head coach.
Brand new head coach, man. You win that that battle claw. Bring that into the program as your first signature win.
Yep.
I think the program obviously look like it's in great hands and ready to roll.
Well, this will be this season when they're done with this season. This will be the last season they're going to be Division III. Come August, they go move into NEI.
Okay.
So now they're moving. I guess it's a lateral up, because NEI is about the same as D2. I know a lot of people might agree or disagree with me, but they offer 12 scholarships just like D2 does. So
right.
NEI is about the same level, in some aspects as D2. Now NEI is kind of weird because you might play, 1 week you might play a team like Louisiana College, and next week you might play a team like LSU.
Right.
So
right.
it's a much different, conference.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit different.
Independent all the way.
It is. It's independent. National Independent Athletic Conference.
Mm-hmm.
So it is. It's a little different. So this will be the last season. This season will be their D3. They're going to NAI come August. So
I think that'd be good because that'll give them a chance to play in it. Kind of anybody that they want to play, and give them a chance to kind of build a program. Because now they can sell it that they can go and play a bigger ranked team or bigger teams and not just those teams that'll be just in their conference that they've been used to playing. So
well, it's also they going from Division III to NAI. They're moving away from Mary Hardin Baylor, who's national powerhouse team.
Right.
They're moving away from East Texas, who's again big time power football team. They're moving away from McMurray State, another powerhouse football team. They're moving away from their conference. They are playing the SEC of Division III football.
Mm-hmm.
That is an extremely tough conference. I would put Mary Hardin Baylor up against probably against half of the FBS programs in the country.
That's
and one of them I know we talked about a lot this year, and I ain't gonna mention their name or nothing because I don't want the coaches to get a little adverse.
Like a new start over there, get a new start.
But I would put Mary Hardin Baylor against about half the FBS programs because they run a very tight ship over there. They've got a lot of Division I FBS transfers in. They have a lot of guys. They recruit really well. They got a $60 million football stadium over there. That puts a lot of.
Got some money.
They got some money over there put in that program.
Sometimes it take a little money to win. So that's what they go with. But yeah, like you're saying, they got a great program. You still got to have the right people in there running it, and I'm happy for those guys being able to move up like that.
Well, that rounds out our college football section. Real quick, we're gonna have Tory Carter, fullback from LSU, on here in just a second. So stay with us and hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
In Louisiana, ball is year-round, and football just a matter. Our mission is simple: bring you the inside scoop on the Louisiana today.
Welcome back. We got Tory Carter, NFL hopeful.
Big Tory.
Big time.
In the building, man. What's going on, man? Welcome to the Round the Corner, man. Glad to have you in here, man. Hey, man. Look, I got to bring it out. LSU, look, maybe you bring a lot of old feelings back to me, man. Tell us about. Man, we're gonna start off with not even talk football, man. Just tell us about the time that you had down there at LSU. I know you're from Valdosta, Georgia, right?
Correct.
First of all, what brought you to Louisiana?
Coach O's Cajun accent.
Come on, man.
Gumbo, right?
Come on, man.
Honestly,
so actually, Les Miles, he recruited you here, though, right?
So Coach O recruited me.
Coach O recruited. Okay, gotcha.
He came and visited me at my high school and told me I needed to come out there for a barbecue. So I came out for a barbecue, got some gumbo. I honestly didn't even know where LSU was. I didn't even know what city it was in. So
gotcha.
Me and my dad and some friends packed up and we rode down and Coach Miles offered me and I committed on the spot.
Okay, man, good deal.
Hang on, I got to ask a question real quick. You said Coach O invited you over for some barbecue, right?
Well, they were having like
gumbo.
At the facility. It's like a recruiting event where they
well, I got a question real quick because a lot of people might want to ask this. A lot of people saw the movie The Blind Side, and in that movie he talks to the offensive lineman and says, "We got the best barbecue ever in the world." Did he say that?
I can't recall that, but he said something similar.
Hey, I'm about to say that. I think I just saw another movie with The Rock he was in.
Yeah, he was good at The Rock.
He was saying something like that. Yeah, man, that's good, man.
Yeah, he loves the gumbo.
So we definitely know Coach O is definitely a master recruiter, and as you see, man, he was able to get this guy down here, whatever it takes, man. Barbecue, gumbo, whatever.
Right.
It got you here, man.
Well, they say the fastest route to somebody's heart or a man's heart is through their stomach, right?
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
There you go.
It
There you
works,
go.
especially when you talk about that Louisiana cooking, man.
Yeah.
You know that. Hey, I think he knew that would get you every time.
Oh, it rubbed off on me. I didn't like hot sauce and none of that until I got here.
Come on, man.
And now I
Well, it's not hot sauce, it's called Louisiana hot sauce, right?
I like
mean,
the crystal. I like crystal.
Oh,
You like the crystal?
I like the crystal.
Oh,
Can't
okay,
lie.
okay.
Can't lie.
Hey, that's crystals, man. Look, you need a
Shout out.
packet. You did shout out the gate, man. Good deal, man. So, man, national championship 2019. Tell us about that experience, being a part of that. I was able to kind of be a part, not kind of, but be a part of that in 2003. Back when we had, brought that first one back here since 1959.
Yeah.
It was. So, man, being able to see this thing, come full circle, and you guys being able to do what you guys did, be able to come on and hold that thing up as such high standards.
Well, honestly,
Tell us about it, man.
y'all created the foundation for us to be able to do everything we did. We got the new facility and all the boosters. They were like, we gonna need something out of y'all,
Correct.
and we gave it to them. So I mean.
What? That's what I was saying too.
The whole off season, in the preparation in spring and summer, there was a whole different vibe to the facility, the team, the staff, and you could tell before we even played Georgia Southern. I think I had an interview, and I was like, it's going to be electric, and it was.
Yeah, I remember bringing my team up to a 7-on-7 and seeing Joe Burrow just out there right outside of the indoor throwing with receivers, and I could just tell it looked like the confidence that I saw going on and the work and just coming up there on other occasions, just seeing the work being put in. Just not when even coaches would.
Yeah, well, what I think really Joe really did a good job of is like the leadership of the players only practices. He came in my junior year, so I had been there 2 years.
Okay.
And the player-led practices weren't the same until Joe got there. Really, I mean, we got out there, we did what we had to do, and we're done. Like that's we got our work in, and it's bang, 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 and we're done. And now last year we did the same thing. Like Miles and TJ and Max, they're all out there. They're getting all the receivers, all the tight ends, all the running backs there every Saturday.
So how much were you able to do that with the COVID this year, opposed to, like you saying, last year you was able to do this pretty much the whole time Joe Burrow knew he was the guy coming in, getting everything rolling, and then having COVID come in and pretty much make it where you guys couldn't do much?
Well, I mean, we did the best to, work around everything, work with everything to be able to make our player-only practices happen. We had to go to other places. We couldn't work out at LSU.
Right.
We just had to battle the adversity. I mean, we battled adversity the whole year. So,
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't really nothing new.
Yeah, man, those some of the things that definitely everybody had to go through those. So that's the thing. Even me as a coach, and some of the things that we said, nobody was able to prepare you for the things that was able to come. But tell me, Coach Moffitt, I know nobody was able to prepare you, and nobody knew it. But I know he always got a plan, man. He was one of those guys, man. I love the weight room. I won one of those Alvin Roy off-season awards for it. But tell me how that went, and tell me about just the process, because I know that coming in, I know that was a big place for you to go. I mean, in the off season, you don't really see a lot of coaches, but you see him pretty much all year round.
All year. I mean, with the COVID year, the off season was a lot different. It wasn't the same type of workout regime because we didn't have the preparation in the spring to build up to the summer. So we had to kind of mix it in. So like we had like a new conditioning type of test every Friday instead of coming in and doing our 110.
Right.
Yeah, no, we didn't do that. Right. We didn't do that. So a lot of young guys, they don't even know what that's about. They hadn't been there with the bros like
fourth quarter.
Yeah, like they just started fourth quarter today.
Right. Okay.
So like the stuff that is a tradition at LSU. Like last year, it was we couldn't do it. So the guys coming in, they don't have that foundation that you get when you first come in.
Correct.
So that's something that they're having to, that takes time. That's probably with every school. Yep. Not being able to have your team activities like fourth quarter. Like you find out what your boys are made of.
Correct.
Fourth quarter when you break down.
Right.
You know?
Hey, man, I've been in those fourth quarters, man. But you've been in those fourth quarters, especially if you're one of those guys who probably haven't been working out and you just coming in there, man, running a lot of those guys. Hey, man, come on, keep it. Man, I ain't tired. My back just getting just my back.
That's right.
Just my back. I ain't tired. That lower back be the first thing. When you're not in shape, that lower back is doing those fourth quarters. Be the first thing to give.
That breakdown.
He said that breakdown. It's nice though, but man, those are the things that where you made. That's where that fourth quarter mentality comes in.
Right.
I was there with Saban, but everybody that's been there, Coach Moffitt have been through it all, so he just saw it. Right. He's been the staple there. That's why I believe that LSU's been where they've been. I mean, because you look at the weight program, then you start looking at other programs that where assistant strength coaches that have worked underneath him at LSU go off the other programs.
You're looking at it right now.
Automatically see those programs just shoot up.
Like there's been a couple strength coaches leave this year that just got, like the strength staff. My freshman year is a completely different strength staff besides Coach Moffitt.
Right. Well, those guys. I mean, it's hard to keep them.
That's right. Whenever you learn from the best, like. Everybody else wants you. That's how I feel. Like I'm thankful to have Coach Moffitt on my resume.
Man, I already know, man. Man, he does great things. Let's just talk about the field now. This year, man, coming out like you said, COVID. It's some things that I saw being able to go to the games and being able to see it this year from the press box. Me and my man Josh. But it was some things that we saw. It was an unusual year. You didn't have the fans in the stands. It wasn't Tiger Stadium as. You know what Tiger Stadium.
I know Tiger Stadium.
It wasn't that.
It was not it.
At all. It was like a scrimmage.
Well, yeah, that's what it felt like. And but Coach O, one of his big things, fake till you make it.
Right. So, right. I like it.
You don't want to be here, Allen. You want to be here. So I mean, whenever my mindset going into the games was just like, all right, there's fans in the stands. There's not as much as I want, but hey, let's just go out there, have fun. And fake it till you make it.
I like it.
Bring the juice.
I like it, man. All right. Coming off of that championship year, the year before, having the arguably the best season in college history.
Not arguably, it was the
best season. I mean, stat wise, you talk about the award wise. Keep bringing in the trophies because a lot of people like to count team rankings off of that and all that. So I think we had all of that coming in, and then being able to come into the year, like you said, going through all the things with COVID, not knowing what to expect, and then coming into the year that we had, starting off slow. I mean, what was the feelings like around there? Did anything break down, or did everybody stay strong? Because we knew that at one point we would get this thing shipped back around.
I mean, it was rock bottom. You go from being the best ever to being. You ain't won a game yet. The first game of the season, you lose. Then you go out there and get embarrassed. Then you go over and get embarrassed. It sucks. But all the younger guys, they learned their plays. They stepped up. They made the plays they needed to do. And that shows a lot on the future of LSU, how they finished the season. It was a hard year. Not going to lie. It was a hard year. But I'm thankful for it. I learned a lot.
Learn a lot
throughout the season.
They say you can learn a lot, man, when you have wins and losses. But
I want to ask you a question. What is as a Tiger fan sitting there right now watching this show? Because I know Josh has shared this on Tiger Nation already. So tell the Tiger fan Nation right now, what did the younger guys learn this last season? What does Tiger Nation have to look forward to next year?
They learned how to get up. Like with football, you gotta get knocked down. Because if you don't get knocked down, you ain't gonna make it to the top. So those guys, they understand what it's like to lose and how bad that feels. And when you're a Tiger, you don't lose. Like that's unacceptable. Right. So I think just what you saw, like the kids making plays in the Florida games, winning the last game, that means a lot because there wasn't a lot of hope for the season after we knew we weren't going to postseason. There's not a lot of hope but to win. I think they went out and showed Tiger Nation that we're going to be back next year to play ball and compete.
All right, I got to ask a question. I know Marcus is a quarterback, but who do you see is going to be that team next year?
Who's going to lead the team?
Yeah.
I think it's way too early to tell.
That's a tough one.
I know they got 3 studs in the room. I know that. They got 3 guys that's going to work their tail off. And they got a good offensive coordinator that's going to coach them up. So, I love all of them. Like, I can't tell you.
Man, I will say this, man. From Miles Brennan to those first few games, throwing for over 400 yards a game, up until the point where he got hurt. And then, TJ coming in, doing what he did, coming in, leading with South Carolina game at home on his first start, leading us to that victory. And then, having the games that he had after that, there was nice stints. And then, Max coming in, and we never fell off from the quarterback position.
Nah, it's the rim stacked. The rim stacked.
Whether we won or lost, the quarterback position really never fell off. So that pretty much, I know that's controversy, but it makes a good problem because we didn't know we had one quarterback, but now we know we got three solid ones. Now, can we keep them all, or can we play them all, or what the thing will be for them? That nobody knows, but we know right now that we are good going in at the quarterback position.
Well, we know we're stacked at quarterback.
We can check that box.
We know we're stacked at wide receiver this year.
We can check that one off too. You can check
O-line.
All of them came back, man. So
I think offense we're gonna be good.
But I will say last year our offense was averaging, like you said, those first few games. Putting up 500-600 yards, 30 points a game.
I feel like last year, when the offense was playing good, the defense wasn't playing good. When the defense was playing good, we wasn't there for them.
Right, yeah,
we didn't play off each other very well this past year, and I think that's something that the young guys learned.
Right, like you say, but you saw it as the year went on. Yeah. Even when guys were kind of, certain guys were opting out or not playing anymore. I started hearing guys I had never heard of. Stepping up, playing. I'm like, we coming in every week. And I'm like, well, man, we got another guy that we got to talk about that and stepped up. Yeah, that's a new guy. So,
right.
But
and then Booty stepped up at the middle end of the season. He just stepped up and became a dog.
That was a known thing for a while.
Come on, because Terrence Marshall, he steps out. We think, all right, the wide receiver with position take a step down, and then this guy, you got another guy. Like, well, where he come from? So he come out of nowhere. He breaking records and doing things like that. So and then we just signed 3 more 5-star guys that's going to be in the room now, man.
We signed more than that.
Well, I was just talking about just in the wide receiver position.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. We're talking. We signed the wide receiver out of STM. We signed a wide receiver out of Walker. Zachary. And then the one out of.
We just got Leap neighbors. Yeah. Yep, so 4. I mean, we got 4 of those.
Yeah. We run it 3 wide.
Yeah. So we throwing it around.
So let's go ahead and talk about Tory Carter real quick. Tell us about Tory Carter. Who is Tory Carter? We see you when we saw you at Texas Fed. You got your face all painted. Yeah, you got that emotion going with you. So tell us about Korey Carter.
The energy and passion. That's what I try and do every time I step on that field or practice field. Just bring juice. And when I started, I was at fullback. And I moved to tight end, and move around, blah blah.
Yeah, fullback, tight end, now H back.
I really, my position kind of severed out, But me personally, I didn't take that personally. I want to win. So I played on 4 core special teams, and I helped the offense when they needed it. But I just try and bring the juice and be a good teammate and be coachable and get with it.
That's what it is, man. And it takes that, man. Everybody doing their 111 at pretty much any time,
Right.
Man, you got that look. Man, you just got a fullback type of look. Man, it look like all fullback looking like I played with some good ones. Kevin Stelks. Sean Jordan, it like all of them kind of got that same. Yeah, Sean, look like you might do some MMA or something, man. You out there too?
I would love to.
I was about to say you look like you about to.
My dad actually says if the UFC was around when he was in college, he wouldn't play football. Straight up.
I believe it. I believe it, man.
Yeah,
the toughest guys in there. But like you say, man, special teams, man. As you make your pursuit right now to the NFL, I know when this was 2004, my rookie year, 2005, my rookie year going in. I went in as a quarterback, battling for that position. Then ended up switching to safety. But the way I made the roster, because I was still a free agent, the way I made the roster and was able to play it with Tennessee for 2 years was really what I did in the preseason on special teams. Right. So those are things that I just heard you mention that going in. I mean, those are important because it's 3 phases to the game.
Exactly.
I mean, and when you talk about going to that next level, those would be the things that a lot of I know the kids on my level, high school, they think of special teams is that's not what they want to do.
I didn't play special teams.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you think that's for the people that really don't want to play.
It's so fun though.
But
It's
you know,
so
special
fun.
teams is, can also win or lose games.
Right.
And so is that third phase that where you can make a difference. And so definitely, man, I'm glad to hear you say that, because those will be some of the things that rookies going in gotta have in their mind. I'm a special teams
I'm
player.
a fullback, but I'm a special teamer.
Yeah, I'm a special team player.
Like I'll play anything on kickoff. I'll play anything on kickoff
got
return.
So
I'll kick
definitely,
the
so
field
any
goal.
of those scouts hear that, man, that'd be big for going in, that that we know them ain't gonna be pulling no teeth. I will say this too, going in as a free agent, I'm just gonna put somebody going in as a free agent. Man, I love those free agents. I mean, those special team players. Every time it was a special team play, they had something called a player performance check. So every play, being that you didn't get drafted in a certain round, you went in as a free agent. So they kind of gave you incentive for every play that you played. So that was like $250 to $300 a play per game, and they add that up over the whole season and give you one whole check over how many plays you played.
That's good news.
So you get that in your thing. Oh man, I got a service check right here for because I didn't play X amount of plays. So I knew that going in. So every time it was a punt return, coach, I got it. That's $300.
That's right.
Basically, you want to be in there. So man,
That's right.
That's ways to make the team and be a part of the team and do that, man. That's big, man. So when's pro day?
March 31st.
March 31st.
Yes,
You've been
sir.
preparing for that.
Oh, I'm ready.
Have you been training here, or you went off to
I've
train?
been training in traction.
Okay,
Yep.
good deal.
So I
Tell us about that.
I got 3 classes left, so I stayed in BR and trained in traction. I'm actually with Coach Moffitt's son, Clay.
Okay, there it is.
So Clay's training me in the strength, and my boy Justin over there at traction, he's getting my
Gotcha.
speed stuff. And I go work with Nick Brosette once a week
Okay, yeah.
for my running back drills. I haven't hired an agent.
Okay.
I'm going the no agent route at the moment. So
Right. I like it.
so-
So how has that communication been if you had no agent? I know I've been telling people, because I know the agent thing been kind of fading out, because you really don't, I mean, if you're going to go where you're going to go, it's pretty much already set for the most part,
Yeah,
that you need that.
I just feel like a guy like me, they know what I'm bringing to the table. I don't need someone to represent me and tell them what I can do. I'll tell them what I can do.
I got you.
But I'm not like, I've never been in the league, so I don't know if I'm gonna need one or not. I'm just trying to wait that out. But I don't need one right now.
But you do know right now you need to be trained doing
That's
it.
right, I'm working.
Hey, tracks my
Working.
guys over there, Ryan Terrio and over there, man, getting it in. Man, that'd be good, man. So March 31st, pro day coming up.
Have some good.
What on times you plan on running for us? Give me some time. You got some goals yet?
What you think I'm gonna run?
Man, I'm just looking at you, man. You look a 4.6 for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting a 4.6.
4.6 for sure.
We're gonna see if I can hit a little lower.
4.5. Man, after you hit 4.5, man,
We'll
you're
see.
in the money.
We'll see.
Hey, man, we in the
I'm
money,
working.
man.
I'm working.
Yeah, man, bench press. Tell us about your bench
I'm gonna
press.
hit 30 plus.
About 30 plus?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's a good deal.
So
Shuttles. Maybe got 4 fours, 4 threes in it.
I'm gonna be in a low 4.
Okay.
I haven't timed it yet, but I've been running the shuttle since I was little. Me and my
Okay.
dad was working out.
Have you been working with anyone for as the skill part of it? That's going to be out there, the running backs,
I work with
catching on the
Nick
backfield?
Brosette,
Okay.
doing some running back drills and stuff. But I mean, LSU really prepared me to do all that training myself. I mean, we had K. Falk, Tommy Robinson,
right.
Steve Menzimaker.
Come on.
They all taught me all the right drills to do to work on keeping everything sharpened. So. I mean, Nick kind of is my second eye, so when I'm doing the drills, he tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me what I need to fix. But I mean, I'm pretty much
ready to go. Tell us about K. Falk, man. You just mentioned
That's
Coach
my dog.
Falk. I'm gonna call him Coach Falk, man.
Yeah,
Coach Falk now, man.
that's my dude.
I know you was kind of stepped in that role newly, and
yes.
so you kind of saw him come into that role.
So
from the previous role.
when I was in the running back room, Tommy Robinson was the head coach, head running back coach, and then K. Falk was the player personnel, and he would sit in there and help us out a little bit, but he was in the room for a little while, and then I moved to the tight ends room next year, and then K. Falk got the running back job. So I mean, he taught me a lot, just kind of how he goes about his everyday stuff,
Routines and stuff
how he treats people, how he talks to people, he just by seeing how he does things.
I mean, you can learn, man, so much from guys like that, because it's something they must be doing right for you to be able to be, have the success he's had on all different levels, and being able to come back and be able to give some of those things, like you say, some of his routines and some of the things that he that he had to go through, maybe, or some things that he found to make him, be able to last as long as he lasted, man. So
for sure.
So,
I mean, Super Bowl champion. I mean,
man,
you take so much from him.
Yep.
I mean, there's so many more guys like that are at LSU. Like, that's one of the main reasons I wanted to go there so bad. Like, there's just big network.
Gotcha, man. I'm gonna ask you about one of my other guys over there. Earl Chavez, man. You know Big Earl?
That's my dog.
Man, tell me about Earl. I know he's in that weight room too, man.
Oh yeah, he stays in the weight room. He's our player personnel guy. He just make sure we on our business, you know.
Yeah.
He's helped me a lot with the process, you know, learning how.
Give you one more, Jeff Martin. I know he just left. He just couldn't do it. I mean, they just gave him the scouting director up there. I talked to him today. He's up there at USC now.
I got to holler at him right before he left. Yeah, I'm excited for him.
Yep, man. He's going.
Jeff's like right hand man. Anything you ever need, any question you got, he's got the answer to it or the information you need.
Good deal, man.
Yeah.
Well, man, best of luck to you, man, as you pursue. If there's anything that we could do for you here at the Gridiron Football, man, or around the corner, don't hesitate, yes, man. It could be anything, man. You got anything else for my man?
Man, I'm just excited to see where your career goes now.
I can't wait either.
We're going to try to be there on your pro day. We'll talk to Michael. And Michael, we're going to be there, okay? So we're going to try to be there on your pro day. That way we want to see this 4 or 5.
Yes, indeed.
Right. We'll be cheering. Come on, let's go.
Bring my own guy, man. Yeah, let's get it.
Gotta stay healthy, baby. Gotta stay healthy.
Already. But, man, hey, man, glad to have my man here. Tory Carter, straight out that backfield, number 44, hard head as you see it, man, bringing the energy. Man, we're gonna miss it, man. Best of luck. I know the Tiger Nation, we all gonna miss you, man. And man, best of luck to you, man.
Appreciate it.
Anything that we could do, you always know. I know you're from Georgia, but LSU, this your home.
That's
now,
right.
Man.
That's right.
All
that's right.
Man, but man, glad to have you here, man. Again, best of luck.
Well, we'll be right back. We're gonna be joined with Coach Korey Miller. And we talk some 7-on-7 football.
All right, big dog.
Appreciate you, baby.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Baby. Yes, sir.
That was good.
Man.
Appreciate
Anything you need, man, just let us know.
Yes, sir. We'll do. Yeah, that 4 or 5. Shoot, boy, I got to lose a couple more pounds.
Man, we're gonna be in there. Well, all right, man, we're back in here, man. Hey, man, what a great segment. My main man, hey, man, that dude got a lot of energy with him, Tory Carter, man. But
you sit, sit.
Hey, man, sit there,
amped up, you know.
Like, man, look, man, what's up, big coach, man? We got big coach in here, Korey Miller. What's going on, coach, man?
Chilling, man.
Glad to have you here around the corner, man.
Man, thank you for having me, man.
Yes, sir, man.
I got something for you and
Oh, man, appreciate you, man. Yeah, a guerrilla warfare, man. Look,
that's the line.
Get it in. I mean that. Appreciate you, man, bringing this into the round the corner. Man, you might be the first person that done brought a gift in here.
Hey, you know what? We need everybody's coaches to bring us a shirt, man.
I like that, man.
You set the standard over here.
I mean that. We're going to set this up here across here. But, man, hey, man, we glad to have you in here, man. Man, you know we've been following you over the last month or so, or really since the last year. But definitely over this last couple months, man, you know, seeing the things that you got brewing over there.
Yeah.
With the guerrilla warfare, man, we came out to a couple of your trials there, 7-on-7, man. Tell us about that. Have you got your teams together? Are you still looking for guys, or what's going on now?
Well, we've had our trials the last 2 or 3 weeks. Everything is going, pretty good with the 14U and 18U and the 15U. Had a lot of guys coming out, God is blessed with a lot of guys coming out, from different areas of the state, of the city, rather, Live Oak area, stuff like that. And just trying to get the work in. This is my first time really running. So I learned it from you. I tell people, I learned it from Marcus, man. I'm a defensive guy.
I got you.
So I never really ran offensive plays, so I kind of learned it myself, so I teach it myself. Start running the plays, coach say, because the kids start saying, Coach, man, good play calling. That touched my heart, so I said, let me keep on rolling it.
Well, man, we know that's why you're doing it, to give kids opportunity. Right. As we see that in this Baton Rouge area and surrounding area, there's been a lot of 7-on-7 teams popping up from youth all the way up to 18U, which is the high school guys. But and as you see that we've been producing a lot of guys, so a lot of people are being more interested in the 7-on-7. So guys like yourself bringing the organization in, and like you say, getting the participation that you're getting, I just think that just shows that there's a lot of people that's interested in playing.
Right.
A lot of people trying to get out here and get exposed to what's going on. And we've been already behind down here in Louisiana and Baton Rouge. So now that I think guys like yourself, guys that, like you're saying, that's starting these organizations up, that's all over right now, is bringing the speed up faster than what you would probably look to do it.
Right. Different like in Florida, like you see, we kind of behind. We're catching up to a lot of stuff, man. We even with the 7-on-7, the tackle football, stuff like this, we're catching up to a whole lot of stuff, even dealing with the different birth dates.
Right.
The July 1st and the July 31st dates.
Correct.
They wouldn't even
First
play.
go January 1 day.
Yeah, they wouldn't even play a Louisiana team. Now, New Orleans kind of jumped in a little bit. So now it's time for Baton Rouge and the Boot to really, look, let's push over the table. Let's touch some of that steel.
Yeah, I always thought that date, using the January 1st, I kind of looked at it. I mean, it kind of makes sense because you're going by a child's, original, start of a year.
Right.
But football starts in the fall. I mean, it starts in the fall. So pretty much most leagues and LHSA, go by that, that July 31st, August 1st date. So, in my mind, that would, if you were gearing kids up to go to that next level, you would probably go by the dates that they would be using. So, so I mean, I just saw it both ways, saw pros and cons, but it is what it is, man. But kids participating, kids getting out there playing. But I do think that it is good to make it more national if we can. If everybody else is across the country using these dates,
we gotta
let's go and use those dates. I mean, so we can kind of, if we want to do anything against it, we don't have to be kind of makeshifting the teams and doing stuff like that. So so what's next for you guys, man? We know you're just coming off a tournament, right? Tell us about that.
Thibodeau was good, man. Had a lot
Bootleggers tournament, right?
Bootleggers tournament.
Shout out Bootleggers in the building.
They're really good. We played the Naturals, the Bootleggers, and Camp Hardy.
Okay.
And the kids were, said, Coach, we like this. Even though we lost, we did really good. They showed up. We lost 2 games by 1 point. Lost to the Bootleggers 20-28. Lost that game. But they got a lot of work in. They know what they need to do. The parents saw what they need to do.
And that was 14U, right?
14U.
Okay.
It's a different kind of ball. To me, it's like sandlot. You got to be strong. Football,
Yep.
So it's a different kind of ball.
Okay, 18U. What any tournaments lined up coming up? Tell us about that.
Yeah, we have an 18U tournament lined up coming in. One in tournament in Dallas and one in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach.
Okay. Coming
up, and they really they're like a little secret weapon. They get groomed. Matter of fact, the last couple of weeks they had a lot of good practices. Really going in competition, going at it, challenging each other.
That's good.
And I'm getting my play calls, better add more plays, getting bursts of plays. I said, okay, let me see this. I'm a defensive player. What will Marcus do in this situation? And I give homage to you, man. You set the course with it, with the 7-on-7. It is what it is. You learn from the best. You don't talk about the best. You learn from the best.
Well, man, that's why I just keep talking about just the teams around here because I see a lot of people working together. Like you said, that you had the scrimmage against the Warriors. That's another up and coming organization. Coach Josh over there for the Baton Rouge Warriors. They got his 7-on-7 going, and then you got the F3 that's been doing round robins and playing and doing it. So you got the team now that we're forming here, right in our own backyard, being able to compete against each other.
Right.
So when we do go out now, they say if you raise the dogs in Side Hill, when they go out, they're gonna be ready.
Right.
They're gonna be ready to fight.
Be ready to fight, man.
So man, like you say, if having these teams and doing the things that you're doing and Coach Josh doing and Coach Ken and us over there at KREAM and RPA. It's a lot of different things. I feel Savages now over there with Coach Swift. It's a lot of different people moving and a lot of different pieces, man, that's rolling. And me and Andy ourselves, man, we just came back from Houston, Texas this week. We were just talking about 7-on-7. Man, we saw a lot of good football, a lot of good guys from 14U all the way up to 18U. Guys participating. from all over the country, you know, playing, and also being able to highlight, you know, guys from Baton Rouge while we was out there. You know, we were out there, you know, following those guys and seeing them, taking pictures, and you know, being able to, you know, show support, but also be able to show, you know, showcase those guys and their talents and where they've taken this thing to.
You know, it's good, man, for Louisiana to start coming together as one instead of being separated. That's how they do it in Florida. In other states, they come together and make them teams better. They want to get out. You know, they stick together, they become good.
Iron sharpen iron.
Iron sharpen iron.
All day long.
That's what we see in Texas. We've been in Texas the last 2 weeks in a row, and that's what we see over there.
Yeah, that's what they do. And now it's time for us to start like I'm not going to talk about you before you down. Let's get together. We all doing the same thing on the same way, helping kids.
Right.
And it's something about, I looked at the guys in Florida, I said, okay, even with the TV network, the sports channel, where they go, they're sport people, they're sport. They put on Facebook, so why we can't do it? We got all that in Barrage and the whole Louisiana. You know, look what y'all doing.
So that's what I see it coming. So I definitely see it coming that way. It's slowly, but it's slowly but surely happening. So man, better late than never. But you know, hey, like they say, I know you're a man that read that good book. They say first would be last and last would be first at some point. You know, so
and your gift will make room for you in front of great men.
I mean that.
Well, I got to ask you a question real quick. Here on LG or on Gridiron Football, you know, Randall Corner. Tell us the next big name, and we'd be watching out for it that's playing with you. Come on, we want everybody to know who's the next big player you got coming up through here in Baton Rouge.
The next big is, to be really truthful, Zion with Zion Chris, with you coming with KREAM.
Zion Chris.
Ricky Collins, you know. Those top guys I really see right now that's really making steam, you know, that's doing their thing. And Ty. Ty from KREAM came to South Area Jaguars, Ty.
Oh yeah, with F3.
Yeah, F3.
Yeah, the Tyler.
I watched Tyler come. Matter of fact, when Ty came to the Jaguars, that's when the Jaguars really started passing.
I mean that was with Coach Aaron Sutton.
Because we were a powerful football team and running the team.
Yep.
But when Ty said, "Coach, I throw that ball." Ty started throwing the ball. Ty was short. And next thing you know, he got the game through. Ty said, "Man, God." He started feeding them, and he got bigger and bigger and better and better. We started putting plays in there.
Be on the lookout for him, man. That's a young and up and gun.
Yeah, the boy
young up and gun. Yeah, man.
He looked like he in the machine.
You were telling about a quarterback you have right now.
Oh yeah, Trey. This is one of Ty's good friends. The guy, he looks up to him like he's like the protege. Man, he doesn't look like a quarterback, but he's a quarterback. He's been playing quarterback since he's been 3 years old.
Okay.
Man, he came in, he got to the game, he kind of late. He threw 5 touchdown passes back. I mean, bullets, like. Nervous said, man, I want to that dog.
Right.
He kind of took like breathe down.
Okay.
He knows everybody. You run the D, bro. You run the post. You know everybody about. No. You run. You know you be my safety valve, man. Tell everybody his IQ is so high.
So not only with a good arm, he had a good IQ for the game.
Oh man, this boy, he is there like. This boy is saying so like, what in the world? How does he learn this? I mean, he telling me, coach, he's running the game, right? Come back.
Well, that's definitely that.
Let's run that play again.
I like it, man.
I know
I definitely like it when quarterbacks talk to me and tell me something that they seeing or how they feeling out there in the game, because I know that can I love for that to dictate my play calls, because if this makes him feel comfortable, if that's what he sees, it don't matter what I see all the time. You know what I'm saying? I might go tell him, but if it's certain things that he feel and he sees that he's in the game, I know that I can call certain plays that he's going to be more comfortable with. So I mean, that's definitely is a great sign to have, being able to have that communication, that kind of relationship with a kid, especially at that age.
At that age, the guy said, man, they had a lot of coaches said, man, keep on grinding y'all first year. Just man, keep on grinding. Man, you got a nice group.
Yep.
The boy said, Coach, we're gonna work Saturday. We working Saturday, Coach. We're going out there at 4:30. They was out there.
Good deal. Tell me this. So are all your rosters locked? You got 14, 15, 18 you. Are all your rosters
14,
locked at
15,
this point?
18, pretty much locked.
It's pretty much locked at this point. So, okay, I was going to give a plug for anybody that was out there.
Oh, go ahead on, go ahead.
Still looking to play 7-on-7. I know you guys also, if they can't make the team, I know y'all do a lot of working out and a lot of just things to bring people in. Just, you know, even if they can't make the travel team this year, there's still some things for them to do out there. How can they follow you guys? Or find out about, you know,
check us out on Instagram. Check us on Instagram, Guerrilla Warfare _ Warfare _ BR is on Instagram and Facebook, and you can check us out on there. It's no athlete left behind.
That is, man. So you guys have a lot of your things posted on there about upcoming events, upcoming workouts, some of you guys highlights.
Yeah, so March 20th is on there, right?
March 20th. Yeah, March 20th on there.
Gotcha. That's our camp.
Definitely gonna be there. Matter of fact, that's my mother's birthday. Lord Jesus, my mother's birthday.
Yes, indeed.
But I'll be in the house. But man, anybody want to play? Anybody still want to come? Let her come on.
Yep, but that is, man. You just heard it here, man. If you're looking to go out there, get some good work in, or maybe even join a team if they got one of those spots open up, man. Definitely contact them on all the social media platforms.
All social media platforms.
I know Andy did, man. We got some things from this past weekend, man. Slide in here, man. You're gonna see some of these.
Yeah.
From this past weekend, I know
let's
start around the corner on the road this weekend.
Let's start off real quick with our main man Zion. You know, you brought him up a second ago. Let's start off with Zion real quick. And the first 20 seconds is going to be muted, but we can sit there and talk about him. I know he's on here. There he is. So let's bring him up. All right. So here's Zion. He got those three big passes here for his touchdown. So let's watch him real quick.
Man, he's doing his thing, man. Zion coming off of a few big offers here over the last few weeks. I know we had him here in the round the corner about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but man, he's had some big offers there. ULM, I think, being the last one of the last couple of days ago.
Chris, that was a quick drive right there. Quick drive, 2 or 3 plays right there. A touchdown and an extra point right there. That way to get the drive started. Everybody stop the day off right there. I put a go route on the outside right now. Touchdown 6.
Oh yeah, KJ? Oh yeah, J-Bo? Hey, think that was a good call, Marcus.
Oh man, I'm just filling the game out right now. I can't hear the plays, but I just see how the game going right now. Look, baby, man, we fresh off that thing, man. We standing here straight off the field with Dion Chris, man. Great drive right there, man. Tell us what you saw right there as you led your team down the field for a touchdown.
They were playing zone most of the time, so I had to take the short route, find the window.
Okay, then tell us what you saw on the big play to Jalen Henry, the one that got us down to the 1 yard line.
One-on-one, feeling like I was better than he is. I took a sack.
Thank you, baby. Hey, man, we'll watch it, baby. Hey, man, that go big Zion Chris right there with a great drive down. Second drive of the night and 2 scores as you see it right there. That's why he's getting recruited the way he is.
So, there was that one right there with Zion. You actually was able to interview one of your buddies over in Texas. You coached with him a couple of times.
Right. Yeah, man. I coached with him. That was Coach Brandon, man. Just to talk about Zion as they saw, man. He had a great day that day, man. He took that team all the way to the quarterfinals on the second day out there. But moving on, man, we saw some 14U, like you say. I was able to see one of my guys that I actually coached CCE with out there in Texas, which is an all-star event for youth all-star players, and me and work together. So I actually got a chance to coach against him this past week with the KREAM RPA 14U team, and I know we caught up with him there at the end and was able to get a little interview from him, man.
We also caught up with Coach Mixon over there for SPE Athletics. He invited us to come do the show live, on April 27th. I think we might actually do that.
Correct.
Go do the show live on location in Houston at their big camp. So yeah, we met with a lot of people. So this next one, we watched the interview you did with the coach from. Yeah,
that was Coach Brandon Robinson, man. That was Coach Brandon Robinson out of Texas. Like I say, man, he got a 7-on-17 dab, as you'll see. Man, they did a great job out there in the 14U sector. He trained guys pretty much all up in that area out there, and a lot of guys that he trained, that he playing on his team, and you can see that he's doing a great job with them because you can see that the level that they're playing with out there as they competing in that 14U set.
Yeah. So let's watch their.
Let's bring it up with them.
Let's bring it up real quick.
I'm here with Robinson, man, who's been coaching together in the All-Star games all over the circuit, man. We out here at the Pylon Houston tournament, man. They just went 3-0 today. They doing the big 14U, man. What's going on, man? Tell us about your organization, man.
I appreciate you having me on here and everything. But man, I'm owner of Dynamic Athlete Builders. We do training. We do 7-on-7 in the off season as well too. Also gonna do a track team here in the near future. But man, my guys have been doing this 7-on-7 about 4 or 5 years now. We've been a lot of places. We do more of the national 7v7 tournaments, but over the past year we said we're gonna start doing more Pylon. But we got a great group of guys, and like I said, I met great guys like Randall, just doing different things like CC 7-on-7 stuff. So it's definitely great what he has going on and things like that. And if your kid ain't over there with him, then y'all definitely need to get him over there because they missing out. You know, so you're missing out on goals. So definitely get your kids out there. Appreciate you having me.
Man, but appreciate you, man. Like you said, man, you just touching live, man, touching kids. I've been following your page, man. Let them know your Instagram, IG. If anybody in the area, in your area, or traveling into, if they want to come and get some workouts or something.
On my Instagram is dab_footwork guru, and then on my Facebook it's just Dynamic Athlete Builders, and also on Twitter is dab_footwork guru and everything. So definitely follow us. So we got a lot of things, good things going, and it's great having these kids out here doing what they love to do.
Good deal, man. Well, look, man, we're going to stay in touch with them throughout this tournament, man. They just went 3-0, and, man, they're going to be pursuing to try to get that championship on tomorrow, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you,
baby. All right.
But yeah, man, that was the day you had it, man. That was Coach Brandon Robinson, man. He was out there doing his thing, man. I was glad to catch up with him. Didn't know he was even going to be out there, but, man, we, played against him, like I said. He had a great group of guys out there, and I look forward to going out there, following those guys again and around the corner. But I know also that we had a chance to catch up with some of the KREAM RPA team, too, out there as well.
Yeah, we saw some really good 14U players. We actually called them together and did a little interview with those guys.
Yeah, man. Definitely, we pulled a few of those guys together that were making plays out there, offense and defensively, and pulled them in, and we check that video out too as well.
Yeah, we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna.
Hey guys, welcome real quick. Pylon, Houston, Texas. Hey, out here, are we?
Here seeing and enjoying this the first day of the Pylon tournament out here in Houston, man. We're here with the KREAM team, 14U. Man, he's been some of the outstanding players of today, and we got Coach Brownfield, head of the organization, man. It's a great day, man. These guys just showcased a whole bunch of great talent from Louisiana, 14U guys that's up next and coming, man. We definitely want to highlight these guys and highlight this organization as we keep moving forward, man. Congratulations to the KREAM 14U elite team.
Hey, Coach, introduce each one of these guys real quick.
All right, this is my boy Mason right here, lockdown corner. This is Ryan Showtime Brown, all-around athlete. This big hand Blason Stokely right here. This is all ballers from Baton Rouge.
We saw this man here make some great plays early today. Didn't catch it, didn't drop anything. Over here, you didn't let nothing get caught on your side. They kind of stopped throwing to you altogether, didn't they? Playmaker right here, right?
Good deal. So, man, we'll have clips for the rest of this day, man. This thing just getting started. Stay tuned, man, and best of luck to the KREAM team as they move forward and pursue that championship on tomorrow. All right.
Yeah, man, those were three of the kids that I obviously highlight. I mean, that team went 2-1 on the day after seeing them play and compete. But those obviously three of the top players that we saw. And as you saw, the kid on there, number 21, Mason Boris, man, he's actually started in some varsity games as a ninth grader this past season, man. Getting those reps in, and you seeing why he's able to come out here when he's playing against guys his own age and dominate the way that he dominated.
Yeah, he plays up to Denham Springs High School or something.
Denham Springs High School.
That's right, 2 blocks up the road. Right
Denham Springs High School, man. He's a lockdown corner, man. He's gonna be a great one. Anybody watching, man, you can start watching him now, man. I mean, he's already got all the attributes to being a great defensive back.
Yeah, because I started watching. The one thing that he really stood out to me was, the first play or two that throw the ball his way and he get to pick. I think he had 2 or 3 picks on Saturday.
Right.
But he'd get a pick or he'd bat the ball down, and then he wouldn't throw back to his side the rest of the day.
Correct.
You know, the rest of the game, they would
Right.
not throw to his side. He just just left him on an island over there. He just guarded anybody they put against him. And then they just had to throw to the other side.
But the good thing about 7-on-7, good or the bad, I guess however you look at it, 7-on-7, you don't get a chance to really, unless you have a chance to watch the other team a little bit while you get out there. You don't have a chance to watch film. It's not like real football. So you don't know who the dogs are to, like you said.
It's trial and error. And it's so fast. You know, it's a 24-minute long game.
So you don't have time. So if you need to make some adjustment, you better be ready right now. So
you got to be coaching your
it's fast break football pretty much, and you got to be ready to go. We pretty much the whole game long. Like you said, it's 24 minutes nonstop. You know, in and out, and you don't have much time to make many adjustments. You got to come with your A game ready to go. Ready to go.
You just bring your dogs out there and let them play football.
Let them go.
Yep. So man, I definitely know that that the 14U KREAM RPA team and the 15U and 18U all were out there in Houston this past week. About 75 different players out there having a chance to compete on this national stage, and I know that we was able to capture some of those things, and we got some highlights here that we'll be showing here coming up here soon. And man, it was just a great weekend. Football weekend, weather was nice. It looked like it was gonna rain, but it ended up. It was an overtime.
I did get a little bit of a burn. I'm all the way home. Well, Coach, I'm pale white.
Oh,
come
man,
on, man.
No, right?
You know, I'm crystal clear here.
Man,
so I'm driving home. And I'm like, man, why is my ears, my neck, my arms all
man.
burning? I'm like,
Come on.
Why? I was like, it was cloudy all day long. I had to put my glasses on just for a little while. I was like, and I got home. I take my shower. And I got out of the shower. I'm like, man, I got a nice little burn on my neck and my ears. And
so yeah,
but it was a beautiful day in Houston. I mean, it was really nice. Good football weather. It wasn't hot. It wasn't 110 degree hot like
no, indeed, no. Man, it was great weather.
But it wasn't cold either. It was nice.
Great
weather.
Nice weather. Great competition. Man, we saw some great things going on, and can't wait to get out there this next weekend. So
I'm looking forward to this weekend. We're gonna be going down to New Orleans and they have the battle. 7-on-7s. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm looking forward to not having to drive, 4, 5, 6 hours.
Yeah, come to us, man. You get a chance to come down here to Louisiana.
Well, I live in Slidell, so it's only what a 20-30 minute drive.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get a chance to come down here to Louisiana. So now that give us a chance to, invite teams here. So so I think that's gonna be a great event. I was actually at the battle last year in New Orleans, and it was a great event. Teams came from all over: St. Louis, Arkansas, Florida, Texas, man. All of them coming to New Orleans now to showcase their talents and see some of the best.
Yeah, you have like 1 or 2 teams over there.
Correct.
So you guys are gonna be there. We have quite a few teams.
KREAM RPA. We'll be looking at bringing the Louisiana Elite 15U. Bootleggers will be there definitely. It's gonna have multiple teams.
Unity team out of New Orleans.
We
had AJ Samuel in here.
AJ Samuel, the quarterbacking over there, man. They're gonna be in the building over there. So you're gonna have a lot of good quarterback play going on. Man, you're gonna get to see a lot of good athletes. These are some of the best athletes playing that I've seen, man. You throwing the ball up, it's like they're gonna dunk in the ball. That's how they jumping up over these guys.
Well, the good news is like the governor today came out and said, he's allowing 50% capacity in stadiums now. So if you ain't got nothing to do on Saturday, come out and watch some good football.
Right.
And I know we got some college games going on Saturday, but
correct.
You got some other
football. That's crazy that we talking about all this football in March.
Yeah,
it's strange, man.
We've been talking about a lot of football in March, and not just spring football. We haven't mentioned anybody spring football, and they got spring practice football going on in some places. So.
What's crazy? My wife has always asked, "What does your husband do?" And she tells me what I do for a living. She's like, "What does your husband do in the off season?" She's like, "What off season?" That was before COVID.
And definitely not now, man.
Yeah, that was before COVID. Now you got COVID, and we got a little bit of football. We got a lot of football going on right now.
Yep. So man, talking about a lot of football. I know that next week, man, we'll have another great episode. Around the corner is going to be out there in the building again, getting more interviews, talking to more people. Man, we're going to be bringing it right here to live for everybody to see some of this great talent, some of these great players that's out here all across Louisiana, and then stretching that thing out across the state, man. I mean across the nation, so we can keep everybody abreast of what we got going on. So I know we got a video here coming up.
Yeah, let's play the highlight video for you guys this weekend. This was your highlight video or your team's highlight video for this last weekend. So let's play that real quick. We saw some video there, some pictures of you coaching there, Coach.
Yeah, man, you saw it, man. I try to stay versatile, try to be able, put a deuce on the sideline, and then you just saw me out there in the huddle, man.
You can't hide from me. I mean, I got that big old lens. I can zoom all the way in.
Yep.
See your soul sometimes.
Man, I get a chance to get out there with those young guys, and I'm used to coaching high school now, so man, being able to get out there with those young guys, and man, you getting them at such a young level where they haven't been real tainted, they haven't seen a whole bunch. And they just like sponges, man. And they trying to get. So I don't know if you saw on there. I'm kind of leaning back. Some of my coach say, "Coach, man, you gonna need a recliner."
Yeah.
Because I'm leaning back and I'm trying to talk them through the plays to make sure they can see it, man. So I'm enjoying it being out there. Not only covering these guys, but also coaching still in those guys. I mean, that's still in my blood, obviously. That's what I do. That's what I do too. So
well, the one thing I like about the 707 that's going on right now is that. Yeah, I know it's really new here in Louisiana. I think it was 3 or 4 years right now in Louisiana.
Yeah, it's coming in. I know I started RPA in 2016. 2016 year, and I know that around that same year, Louisiana Youth with Leroy, they kind of started up that same year as well, and it was pretty much it was his only thing of its kind other than flag football that was kind of through YMCA. So that was basically from what I can remember the start of in Baton Rouge. Now you did have the bootleggers that been around for a while. They've been around for a while, but it was kind of like they was the only of their kind, pretty much. Just pulling from guys all around the state. So, but seeing it on a youth level and then being able to bring it to multiple, where multiple kids can have a chance to do it. I mean that's been over the last 3-4 years.
Well, what I like about it, they're able to work on those technique that how to catch a football. I hate seeing guys catch a football inside their chest. This area, it forces you to catch that football out here. It forces those receivers, those quarterbacks, to get that ball out fast. You get 4 seconds, otherwise it can't blow it dead. It forces them to get that fast release. It forces them to work on their technique to get the ball down the field. As you saw Zion, he threw one play, one drive, he threw the ball 40 yards for that big play. It forces you to work on all those techniques now. So it's making you better for August.
And also defense, like you like.
Defense
Now you got to be able to work with guys and cover guys. Cause now
you don't have a defensive line.
You don't have that defensive line that might hide average corner or average the defender, because we got a good pass rush. It can easily expose you or your communication. So you got to be on. I got to cover the guy for 4 seconds, and his quarterback don't have a rush. I mean that's I gotta be working. I gotta be covering. I gotta be able to do a lot of things every play to be able to work together out there. So man, it works both ways. It got pros and cons, offensively and defensively. So man, but the competitive edge still there. Quarterback still getting to get a chance to do the read. Defensive players getting a chance to do their communication, still cover, work on their man-to-man skills, zone coverages. So man, you still getting good work. In my mind, you still getting the good work. It's worth it. Kids are getting a chance to stay out there, stay active in the off season, get their IQs up. So like I said, that translates right into the fall.
The most important thing about it, and we talk about this almost all the time, but the most important thing about it is the kid's not sitting at home playing video games, and he's not on the street.
Correct.
He's not getting in trouble, and he's not sitting at home getting wider like me.
Or wider. Both.
No, wider. I said what?
I thought you said whiter. Oh, my bad.
My dialect.
I thought from the sun. I thought you meant from the sun. Man, you were just talking about the sun.
I'll tell you what.
Down.
You got the kids out doing something that's positive in the community, out there working, getting better. We try to help as many kids get the exposure they need to go to college. But if they're not putting in the work in the off season, there's no chance they're gonna play college.
No. And that COVID, man, I saw it firsthand last year coming into this football season by when they shut everything down in March, and then tried to slowly start letting teams start back doing some working out in June. Man, I saw kids that I knew in March that I didn't know. When I saw them that next time in June, I'm like, man, that ain't the same kid. They just sitting home, like you said, inside, because we were forced to, obviously. And I was just sat on the couch and played video games and ate and did nothing.
Okay.
They
So-
do anything.
So we
But you got
definitely
the flip side of that.
glad to see these things going back
But
on
you got the
right
flip
now.
side of that, you ain't got kids out there selling drugs. You ain't got kids on the street. You
Right.
ain't got kids out there, breaking somebody's houses.
Right.
Louisiana is the number one state in the nation, or in the world, I should say. Not even just the state, one of the states, but in the world with the most incarcerations per capita. We have more people in prison in Louisiana than any other state or
Right.
any other
Right.
country in the
Right.
world.
Right.
So it's business here. So seeing these kids get out and do something positive in the community,
Right,
seeing these
right.
kids get out there and do something, other and that's constructive, gives these kids an actual chance in life.
It's bigger than just 7-on-7. You learn how to be a man, how to be disciplined, not how to get out there and do anything on the street like you're saying. Incarceration is easy to get in trouble now. You know what I'm saying? And the parents love bringing them to 7-on-7.
Correct.
Go on out there, I'll come back and get you. Come back and get you. And they loving this because this is a different kind of football. It's a different kind of sport. Because I had to condition my parents' minds. They couldn't understand the stuff. I was okay, we know about the throwing the football upside.
Right.
But this is, you got to be real skillful with this.
Well, and I think the kids want to do something because a lot of them been locked up. Some of them
Yeah.
still going virtual to the
Right,
school. Now.
right.
Some of the kids, so they're not seeing people all day.
Right,
so
they're
they
not
want to
seeing-
get
yeah,
out
they
and do
wanna
some
get out.
things and
Yeah.
do. So man, it's helping everybody. I believe, as obviously helping the game and helping our game get better all the way around. And so
Cool.
I'm looking forward to going back out there this weekend, New Orleans, getting
Yeah.
it in and bringing back that coverage right here to the round the corner.
There you
I got
go.
one thing to say. I want to give a shout out
Give a shout out,
to
man. Go
my
ahead.
18U, Tyler and all the receivers. They've been doing an outstanding job at practice, really grinding. They did a good job at the scrimmage game. They looking back to gonna get their work in, coach.
Tell us about some of your other coaches, man. Yeah, let's give a shout out to some of
Oh,
your other coaches that's
some
out there
other
working
coaches.
with you.
Coach Oliver, Coach Zahn, Coach Coach Jay, and myself, and Coach Brown to come out and put that cover 4 defense. He said he said we do it, it really works. The kids love it. He stepped in and did that defense. Matter of fact, on the day of the scrimmage,
Like,
they picked it up like that. The first play interception.
Good deal. Good
And I
deal.
said, what Eric does? What mothers do? He started laughing.
But man, we're gonna definitely come out around the corner. Gonna come out and cover some of you guys' games as you guys move forward through this
Appreciate
whole
that.
7-on-7 season. Man, we definitely want to get you guys to all you guys downloading the apps because we put all the pictures up there. And that's anybody watching. If you want to go back and see any of the pictures and some of the things, and they're taking great shots, man. If you download the app, that I don't even know if we showed it here tonight, but definitely go on there and download the app and get it up and running. Man, we got Diamonds in the Rough, and as you just heard, it then expanded to not only Louisiana kids but all over. We got Diamonds in the Rough. We got
All
the
over the
pictures
world.
from all the 7-on-7. So we want to definitely come and cover some of you guys, get some Diamonds
Yes,
in the
sir.
Rough, some of those great
Yes,
guys
sir.
you got over there, as well as letting you guys download and taking some pictures and getting you guys the exposure so we can get this thing out there for you.
I want to say something too. Man, you don't know to you two guys, to you brothers, man, the people that you all have touched, Marcus with the quarterbacks and everything. Man, I've been a lot of places. You know Coach Marcus? Yeah, that's my boy. Man, you touched a lot of, not just the players, the parents, helping these kids, man.
Well, you gotta touch the people that's touching the kids. I mean,
Right.
you can't just touch the kids. You gotta touch everybody. You gotta go all the way
You'll be
around.
surprised.
So that's what we doing.
How much the parents, some of them been really careful, now they see, oh man, you changed my child, not just being a football player, learn how to be a productive citizen. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That goes a long way. And it's
Appreciate
the
it.
same thing with the recruiting, man.
Appreciate
They
it.
call you the godfather. I said, man, you the godfather. And, you like, Al Capone, you godfather with this recruiting. That's what you do. Your gift make room for you. So y'all gift, man, that make room for y'all in front of the big time.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Man, we glad to have you on Around the Corner. I know we had you here, right before the season. Man, we brought that up too, man. We brought that up. All them rankings that we did. Remember those preseason rankings back in the day. We all did that. But and we ended up looking at that, didn't we? And we looked at it and said, man, we wasn't far off.
We wasn't far off. It was right on. It's on.
We wasn't far off. So man, we're gonna definitely keep you here, man. Man, you always welcome here at the Round the Corner, man. You already know it, man. We're gonna keep it rolling, man. And we're gonna be following you guys that we keep progressing through this spring football season.
Yeah, so you guys all stay tuned. We'll be right back, and we'll close out the show.
There we go.
So.
In Louisiana, we're more than just a magazine. Our mission is simple: bring you the inside scoop on the teams that matter most to you. Go to LouisianaGridironFootball.com and subscribe today.
Another great one in the books, Coach.
Another one in the books, man. We had my guy in here, Tory Carter, man. I look forward to going to that pro day, watching him, man. This is my first time to actually get a chance to have a full conversation with him, other than just, speaking to him the times that I've seen him, man. He got great energy, great guy, man. I want to definitely follow him and stay in tune with him. Great 7-on-7 that we captured this past weekend. Be back at it again this weekend. It don't stop.
When I first started this company, and I always told people, we get the best inside scoop because of who we know and who we, what we do. We've done that for 7 years now. We just had Tory Carter sitting here talking about this program.
He was hype in here, man.
Right.
He was hype.
They saw it here first.
That is.
There was no other show having that.
Follow that guy, man. Follow that guy.
Then we have Coach Korey Miller on the show. Talk about 7-on-7s with us. Talk about the best upcoming guys coming in throughout the Baton Rouge and even the state of Louisiana area. State. Even we even talked about guys out of Texas and Florida even. So we're what we're doing here. I'm just so excited about what the future show about the future of gridiron football.
Yep, man. Sky's the limit, man. We got big plans coming up. We ain't gonna let no cat out of the head. We got big meetings coming up here,
That's
man.
Right.
And maybe trying to just take this thing to another level and just keep the exposure going, keep everything rolling the way how we've been rolling, getting people in here. And we'll probably depending on how much footage we bring in this next weekend, maybe we might bring in another high school in here or another highlighted player or whatever.
Or just might make the show a little bit longer.
Or just make the show a little longer.
We do what we want to around here,
So, man,
So before we get off, though, I do want to bring something up.
There we go.
So last week we forgot about the Player of the Week. We had so much stuff going on last week. We forgot about the National Player of the Week. So last week's National Player of the Week was actual Daryl Bedingfield. He's a linebacker from, and I'm gonna butcher the name of the school because my southern dialect, I can't spin my tongue like this, but. Anyways, he's from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna try, Coach. But he's a linebacker. He plays in Cleveland, Ohio, from Bennington High School. He has a 3.3 GPA. We got him in the top 300 in the nation for our rating system. Right now in the offseason, he runs track and field and just trying to get better for this upcoming senior season. He's got a lot of offers, a lot of Division I football offers, FBS offers. So he was our Player of the Week last week. This week, Player of the Week, Jackson Holman, wide receiver from Mesa Viejo High School in Irvine, California. He has a 4.2 GPA.
Come on.
Continues to work out. He's working out 4 or 5 times a week. Again, they have not had football in California. They're supposed to be starting football up there pretty soon.
Okay.
They play a modified season and then a regular season next year. As we continue to get this COVID behind us.
Gotcha. Well, man, definitely go check those guys out, man. We got some good things on them, man. They're obviously some great student athletes, and those are our guys that we highlighted Player of the Week.
Well, so to be nominated for a Player of the Week, you got to have a 3.0 GPA. Got to. You got to do something positive in the community, and you got to be doing something positive for your football programs. So, coaches, promote. Tell your kids get that homework done. You ain't getting to college with a 2.0 GPA these days. You got to have that 3.0 or higher. You got to have that 21 ACT score to play Division I football. I mean, yeah, you can get away with a little bit lower,
right.
But 21 is a good safe number to get you into that program. I've actually been telling guys that 24 would even be safer because now you get into Yale, Harvard,
right.
Brown.
You might get some money back,
right? Right. Even after you graduate, you may not get to the NFL, but you might get some money back after you graduate from one of those schools.
Correct.
So if you have that 3.4 and a 24 GPA, I mean that's easy to get you into school somewhere. But the guys have a 2.0 and a 12 ACT score, man.
It's gonna be hard.
There's only a handful of schools. There's only a handful. There's 700. Let's put it in perspective real quick. There's 789 college football programs in the United States. There's 6,500,000 high school seniors playing football any given year. Out of those schools, you're looking at about 14,000, 15,000 scholarships available.
That's a big percentage.
6.5 million down to 15,000.
That's a big jump.
So what do you bring to a program? I mean, Are you working out in the offseason? You doing 7-on-7s in the offseason? Are you working out? You playing track? You playing basketball, baseball? You're defining your hand-eye coordination. You're working on your footwork. You're doing karate. Actually, did you know karate actually helps you with your footwork?
Oh, yeah.
Especially as an offensive lineman. Your hand placements and stuff.
Mental capacity, man. Those are some things that we used to do. Saban used to make us do in the off season. Doing on every Wednesday, he would bring in all of these guys, these master karate guys, and all of us would be spread over the indoor. And we'll be going through these drills and punching, and they'll be talking to us about mindset, punching through the man, just basically, working on flexibility. Mm-hmm. So that was definitely a great.
When I coach the defensive line, I'm always teaching them jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
How do you get the handoff?
Yep. Handoff.
So I'm always leverage. Right, body leverage and hand placement and how to take a hit and how to throw a hit. Yep. So and they always think I'm probably crazy when I'm doing it, but because I'm an old white guy, what do I know? I'm like, well, I'm not that old,
Right.
But anyways, you teach these guys, certain things. But what are you doing now to make yourself valuable to a college football program? Every one of my person on this staff, I always ask the question: what do you bring to a football team? What is a football team getting when they get you? Yep. A lot of guys say that that standard answer. I'm a hard worker. I do this or I do that. Yeah. Well, what makes you different?
Right.
We interviewed 500 guys.
And if we go pull up everything, because obviously you got to show transcripts. You got to show. You got to go past. Lifting tests and conditioning tests. Is all that going to say the same as what you telling me? Mm-hmm. Is all that going to look the same as everything that you telling me? So, you got checks and balances in this thing. So, man, we definitely, you got to be pushing yourself during the off season.
You do. And you've got to be putting in that work.
They say, it's a saying that they say, if you cheat in the dark, you're going to be exposed in the light.
Ooh, that's deep.
If you cheat when nobody looking in the dark, you're gonna get exposed in that light, and that's what sports really bring out at the most part. Because if you're not prepared, you can't fake it. A lot of people could talk it, but when it's time to get in between those lines or on that court or wherever it is, man, you can't fake it, man. You got to be ready to bring it.
Yep. Well, that's one thing I think I like about this show is that we bring these kids in here. I like how we put them up on the whiteboard and we talk football. Yep. That exposes you. When you talk to a kid and you say, hey, what's your favorite play? I just like to throw the ball. I like to catch the ball. You laugh. I've actually had that happen. Yeah. Me and Josh, we drove to a school one time. And the kid told us we did an interview. We never aired the interview because we asked him, what do you like about football? I get to hit people. And I know you guys didn't hear that on there, but that's exactly how loud it was when he said it. I like to hit people. But what do you learn about yourself? I have a temper.
So yeah.
So this really exposes what kind of person are you? Are you going to be able to make it to the next level? Right. But you go to an interview, when you play college football, you're on that pedestal. So you're going to have to do interviews. So if you're a quarterback and you get up on that whiteboard or you get up in front of an interview and you mumble, how confident are you in yourself?
Right.
How many
and you're the face of that program, and you're trying to sell not only yourself but that program. So,
right.
So you definitely got to come in.
If you're a receiver and you have no swag about you, what does it say about you as a receiver or a DB? So you got to have some kind of moxie about you. Now all this stuff here exposes it. So that's one thing I love about this show is that we bring these kids in, and we've had great guys. Everybody we brought in so far has been great to get up on that board. And they can do this. Yep. They have been well coached. They've been taught how to articulate themselves to somebody else. Now everybody's been nervous. We were nervous first time we got up there, especially when we were 16, 17 years old. Right. And we had Hall of Famers in there ask them, "Hey, show me this play." I'd have been nervous. Yep. But they get up. They get up here and they show what they can do, while and everything. I love seeing those kids get up there. Start drawing those plays. I'm sitting looking at the play that was up there from last week, and the kids drawing all that stuff out, and it's great, Yeah.
So man, that's definitely what we're here for, and we're gonna keep doing that. We're gonna keep it rolling.
I hate we didn't have no kids this week, but I knew we had a lot of stuff to talk about. Man. We had a lot to talk about the 7-on-7s, and we're gonna have some more again next week.
And maybe we'll bring in one of those
and
guys.
Basketball still.
One of those 7-on-7 guys, man. We'll bring them in next week, and we'll have those guys come in and.
As long as you're not playing basketball, I know right now we got the playoffs and everything. I know we got a bunch of buddies out there, covering that right now. So,
Yep. So, man, stay tuned for next week, man. We'll be right back. Same spot, same time here in Around the Corner, man. Check us out. If please share it out. Go in, download the app. Get on there, read some of those diamonds in the rough. Check out some of those pictures that we got brewing. We got the new magazine up and rolling. Check it out. Man, we got 44 guys in there, right, from all over, 13 from Louisiana. Let's make sure that you're checking those guys out and highlight them because you can catch them now. So when you see them 2 or 3 years from now, you'll be like, man, I remember that guy. So, man, stay tuned. Come in, and man, we see you next week in Around the Corner.
Actually, we see him on Saturday when we go live on.
When we go live, make sure we fasten the live.
All right, see you guys Saturday.